Yo guys, welcome in today's video. And in today's video we are standing right here in front of a mammut tree. And you know, the wood of the mammut tree is really big. And I'm going to check if you guys will be able to see the top of the mammut tree. But this mammut tree is going to stand for a symbol of what we are going to discuss in today's video. And as you can see, I can't even see the top, but it is really really big. And what you know about the mammut, about trees in general, is that the roots are basically mirroring the tree. So imagine the amount of roots that this tree has into the ground. That must be insane. That must be like, I don't know, like 20 or 30 meters deep with its roots. So like this one is, I can see it right here, it's 48, it's 40, or if you can see it right here, it's 48 meters up. So that is pretty insane, right? So probably it will have roughly a 40 or 50 meter deep roots. And the reason why it will stand symbol for today's video is because we will be needing to have the same type of roots for what is going to come. And yeah, quickly about the weather as well, you can see there's basically no sun at all. We just have some clouds, and it's pretty dark. Just coming back from holiday and having the sun in Vienna and Budapest was pretty beautiful, and it just feels a bit dark. But this is also again going to be symbolic for this video, because I think the times right now are a little bit dark, and I want to share with you a story that probably most of you are recognizing as well. From the moment that you are born, they are doing everything in their power, literally everything in their power, to make sure that you are making the wrong decisions for your own development. Let me explain. So the moment that you are born, you are being bombarded with vaccinations. They poisoning your food. You are being indoctrinated at school. The healthcare system is not working in your favor. They're trying to keep you sick in order to profit from you. They have invented industries like the music industry, like the porn industry, many industries, alcohol, cigarettes, medicines, you name it. But the interesting thing about this is that they are doing everything that they can, literally everything, all these industries, marketing. They're killing people who are not in line with this. They're literally doing everything to set in place this system for you to navigate through that system and making the wrong decisions. Making the wrong decisions that is hurting you in this material world, but it's also hurting you in the invisible world. So what I'm seeing right now, what they are talking about in the news, is that they are talking now about a new pandemic that is coming to probably to the Netherlands. They were literally saying like maybe the next month we are going to see a new pandemic. And then I suddenly thought about, this is just something expected, but okay, so they're making all these industries, right? They're poisoning our food, they are flying with chemtrails, they are putting these metals in the air, they are making sure that it's cloudy, so they are blocking the sun, so people cannot really recover, they cannot really feel, or they have a difficult time feeling happy. But the crazy thing is that they always need your consent, and that makes me think, because also why they have all these playbooks, like what we have seen in the past couple of years, wars, pandemics, all these crises, is like they need you to be in a state of fear. And this is exactly how it works with a psychopath, because a psychopath as a person is a person with little or no consciousness. So when this person hurts another human being, he won't feel anything, or he will feel very little, maybe don't even notice it, right? So what I'm trying to say is that these institutions, these bigger institutions that are ruling or governing the world right now, they are also the same as a psychopath or parasite, but then in a organizational form. So a bigger energy than a single person. And that's also why they need you and me alive, and why they need you and me in a state of fear, because in a state of fear they will get energy. A psychopath will only feel good, he will only feel in control and good about himself when he can bring another person into a state of anxiety, a state of fear, a state of panic, or hurt that other person. Because when he does that, he will feel in control and he will feel good about himself, which is of course for him as well an illusion, because this person actually hurting himself, because we are all one anyway. So this person has a broken system and doesn't understand probably the true reality that he is the other person that he's hurting. So he's hurting actually himself. But that is bringing me to the next point, and that is then when all these new news articles are coming out and they're talking about a new thing that is coming up, don't get drained. Don't get drained. I remember in 2019, 2020, I was looking at the charts all the time. Oh, this country has now so many people. This country has now so many deaths. This country has now this. I was looking at the charts like analyzing crypto charts, you know. And this keeps you in a state of fear. This keeps you in a state of panic, even though there are different variations of fear and panic. The moment you experience these lower frequencies, they are leeching off from that. So you are fueling that organization, the psychopathic energy, with no little or no consciousness. You are fueling that by being in a state of fear. So it is our responsibility to work on ourselves and to be happy, to try to be in a state of light, to be grateful, to help other people, to ignore the news, to don't get drained by it. That is just very, very important at this specific moment in time. And we already had our training. We already had 2019 and 2020. So we are already trained for this. And many people, guys, I want to bring up some names. Many people have actually sparked a light, and I feel this, they sparked a light in me, but I also feel that many of you probably will have the same experience. So I'm going to name a couple of musicians, and that is Avicii, it's Tupac, and it's DMX, right? It's really windy. I'm going to stand next to our beautiful deep-rooted tree. Maybe I can be a little bit dry and out of the wind here. But if we look at those musicians, then we can see that the intention that these people actually made music with, for example, Tupac, he didn't do that with the intention to profit. I don't feel, maybe not all the songs, but you can feel an energy with Tupac that he found his true nature. He found his true nature. He was true, authentic. That's also what's so beautiful about him. And he was super rebellious. He was really speaking out against everything that's happening on the planet back then. But he was not with a big group back then. Right now we are with a super big group. So Tupac, of course, that's the reason why he's not here anymore. He was a threat to the structure of society back then, which is the same structure that we are seeing right now in society. And that's also happened with DMX. DMX was also speaking out on a lot of things. He really wanted to dedicate his life to God. He wanted to really help people. He was not in it for the money. That guy was even broke at one point. He was definitely not in it for the money. So he also died. And Avicii, well, I don't know. I do like his songs. I don't know if Avicii really fits that list, but I sometimes I do feel, because he has some rebellious songs as well, and sometimes you can feel a sense of happiness and a sense of love in his songs as well. I do experience that now and then. But when I listen to Tupac, I can really feel his authentic frustration and his authentic power. The thing is with Tupac, you couldn't stop him. The only way to stop Tupac is to take his life. They've thrown him in jail. They've done so many things to him. but this guy is unstoppable. You can feel that in his energy, that he is unstoppable. And with DMX too. DMX also, he really had a fire. He really had a fire in him. I want to quote one of his lyrics. He says, what did he say? He say in the song "Lord, Give Me a Sign," he talks about I'm gonna make it wrong or right, make it through the darkest night. When the morning comes, you'll see that all I have is God in me. And this is maybe the attitude that we need to have as well. That we need to stand really in our power, and we do that in a loving way. We don't have to fight. We fight by having good intentions. We fight by ignoring the news, and we fight by doing the opposite as what they want from you. They want you in a state of fear and panic, which in the invisible world generates a certain substance which is called Loosh in some theories, but you can compare it, and this is going to be pretty sick, but most likely you've heard about it, about the adrenochrome that kids release when they are in a traumatic state, and that some people actually drink this shit to get to feel better, or to become younger. I don't even know the exact story. I'm almost too afraid to Google about it, because it's just, my mind can't even comprehend these types of actions. But this shows the psychopath energy, because if you can do something like that, you really don't care about life. You really don't care about another human being, right? If you can do that. So yeah, guys, that's what I personally believe, and that I think that happens also in the invisible world. Also when you are in a state of fear, a state of panic, you are going to see they are going to take some Loosh from you, which is on this world right here. We maybe call it adrenochrome, but when you go to the invisible world, maybe they call it something else. But maybe we are just a big farm of that Loosh. And let's just not give it to them by being happy and by living our true authentic self. I think that's going to be super important, guys, right now. And it's not the time anymore that we are going to look at the news and going to point fingers and wow, look at this, and look at this conspiracy, and look at that conspiracy. We already been through that time. We already seen all the conspiracies. We had our training in 2019 and 2020. We had our training. We know how they work. We know they don't care about us. We know they don't care about us, but we also know that they need our consent. Right? They don't force us to watch porn. They don't force us to eat toxic food. They don't force us to stay in your country in the toxic environment. They don't force the vaccine. They do a lot of things to really, really, really push you, but they will not force, because I don't know the exact reason. I think about it, and maybe because when they force, they know the karma will be up on them. So when they make the illusion and you make that choice yourself, it is powerful, because you make that choice from your power, your creation power, your heart. And when you make that choice into one of the traps they have been setting up for you, then you will generate so much of that Loosh that they will use to survive and thrive. That's what parasitic parasite does. They need a host. They need something else. You and me, we don't need somebody else. We don't need to hurt anybody to feel better. That's not how we work. But some people and some energies which are manifested in organizations or institutions, they need that. They need that. So we should be able to see through that, and basically work on ourselves and work on our personal state, and be in a state of love, gratefulness, and authenticity by speaking your truth, doing the things that you really think needs to be done in your heart. Help your brother, help your cousin, help your neighbor. When you are walking in a supermarket, when you're walking in a city center, when you are outside, you see somebody struggling, try to help them. If you cannot help them directly, or you're too scared to talk to them, which I can completely understand, pray for them, pray for them deep in the heart. But every time that you do that, you are pushing a very high frequency in the field of the earth, that you cannot see, but it does work in the invisible world. And that's why your emotional state will become better when you do these things. The more that you do these things, the more that you are thankful, the more that you pray for other people, the more that you have the pure intention for other people to do well, the better you will feel, and the better energy those people will get, and the more help they will get to bring themselves to a higher state of consciousness, to a higher vibration. And I believe that's the key right here, because you are very important. You are so important that they have to build industries on every section of life to fool you. That's how important you are. That is the crazy thing. That is the crazy realization, because they need something from you. Stop giving it to them. Stop being in a state of fear, and let's just be in a state of love no matter what happens. No matter what happens. And don't watch the news, or whenever you watch the news, you just know deep inside of you that they are trying to trick you. They are trying to play a game on you. Don't fall for that game. Don't be in that constant state of fear and panic, no matter what the crisis is. It might be very difficult for some people, might be easier for some people. It doesn't matter. Everyone, we will wish everyone good. We will wish everyone good fortune. The ones that are doing better than us, the ones that are doing worse than us. We don't even have to make comparisons, but we will have pure intentions for every single human being, from a state of authenticity, state of love, and a state of gratefulness. Guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this walk outside, and I hope you guys, every single one of you, can grow these roots that we just seen with the Mammut tree. Grow these roots very deep in Mother Earth, because it's needed, and have the courage to be yourself. Have the courage to do the things that you think and you feel really deep inside of you that needs to be done, because that is the God expression inside of you that wants to be expressed. But the whole structure of society that has been laying down is pushing you in different directions. But deep inside of you, you will know exactly which choices you will need to make. You'll know that, and when you make these choices, you get the feedback of goosebumps, of positive emotional states. These are feedback from your spirit, from your soul, from the invisible world, that you are making the right decisions, that you are walking the right path. Okay guys, thank you for watching, thank you for being here together, and yeah, wish you all a beautiful day. If it's not sunny here, it will be sunny there. And yeah, we'll see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye guys.